Today on Houston Life, you know her from Clueless and the Netflix series The Babysitter's Club. We are chatting with Alicia Silverstone about how her health has an impact on both her family and career.
Plus, local designer and season 2 winner of Project Runway, Chloe Dow, she's sharing how she's showing her Houston pride and giving back to the community through fashion.
And are you feeling overwhelmed by holiday home preparations? Don't fret, we've got helpful tips to get your house looking merry and bright.
We're helping bring some holiday cheer to your outdoor backspace with some simple tips that you can do at home. All of that and more today on Houston Life.
Is that for real?
Live from Studio B at KPRC Channel 2. Houston Life starts now.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Houston Life on this Monday, December 14th, 2020. Just a couple weeks left till the end of the year, Courtney.
I mean, that is it. We are rounding the curve, you guys, for sure. Glad that you're here. Hopefully you had a great weekend.
How have you been? I missed you.
Welcome back, Derek Shore, after a couple
so
days off. Who allowed that? Who allowed that to happen?
No, should never happen again. But you had a great time with Randy McElvoy.
And Kembrell.
And Kembrell filling in on Thursday and Friday.
Yes, absolutely.
What did I miss?
You know, just
everything.
A lot of laughing.
That's good.
Yes, you missed everything. How was moving and packing and all of that?
We're still in the thick of it. We're still in the thick of it. So on Friday, we signed the papers to close on that last house we owned, and whole lot of things going on. You guys know moving is terrible, right? And then you get to this point where you just hate everything you own.
Yes, you want to throw it all away.
Yeah, it's like, why did I buy this? Why I never wear this? I don't want this. I don't need this or use this. And if only I could have the money back that I spent on it.
I know, right?
We've had a lot of those moments. So we're still paring down, packing up, but officially we'll be moved within a couple days. But we did take time out to go and check out the hottest new restaurant in town.
I saw this, yes.
Oh, you saw this on my Instagram? Tiny Champions, folks, over in Edo. The same creators as Nancy's Hustle. There's this super cool neon sign in the window. The outside sort of reminds me of one of those vintage skating rinks that you used to go to.
Oh, all skate. Couples only.
It's really cool.
Choice.
It's pizza, it's wine and cocktails. They did a great job. That was a giant kale
that's very large.
pizza we had. It was quite large. I know.
Looks delish, though.
We thought, you know, we would take some to eat the next day, leftovers.
And then you... No such luck?
We ate it all.
I love it. That's a good piece of pizza.
So good. It was so good. But Tiny Champions in Edo, right there on McKinney, their Instagram is Giant Losers.
Right.
Tiny Champions, Giant Losers. So if you want to go check it out, make your reservations early because they're packed. And then we were doing some home stuff, just sort of prepping, you know, repainting things so that the new owner the house, we want it to be perfect when he moves in. And I did this thing, Courtney, that's very unlike me. See, I filled some nail holes in the wall.
Wow.
And the touch-up paint,
Is it the monitor, or is that really how it works?
No, so this is one of the guest rooms, and I thought, okay, we took the art off the walls, and so there were these little holes. We patched them and painted.
Yeah.
And as I was painting, I thought, gosh, this paint looks like a different color. So what did I do? I just kept going.
Yeah, because who's got time to stop?
And Brandon came in, he said, well, I think maybe it'll dry looking better. Yeah, I had used the wrong paint. Don't worry, we fixed it. But I just thought, oh my goodness, why?
I know,
you get into these DIY projects that you then further complicate.
I know.
That's the story of my life.
I'm feeling your pain. So a little update on me. So over the weekend, Rachel with a Beautiful Mess, isn't that a great name for an organizing business?
Yeah.
She came in to help me purge my closet. It was actually much easier than I thought.
That's right.
I mean, I think it was 900 bags of clothes and shoes that left my house. Not really.
40 pairs of jeans that were all exactly the same.
Yeah, so we're going to have a full reveal and all of that good stuff coming up. But she was so patient, several hours, and it was very easy to purge. And then I was left with kind of putting it all away, or, you know, getting rid of the hangers that don't match. And Orlando said, I think it's time for you to leave the house. You got to get out of here.
Oh.
So, I mean, I needed to kind of exhale from that situation.
It's a full day project, though.
It was it wasn't exhausting. It wasn't as crazy as I thought it would be, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited about what the next step is going to look like. So, Rachel, thank you for being so sweet to me and understanding and patient while we purge my closet.
And we're going to get to see it on the show?
We'll see it. I'll take some video. I'll show you the before and
cool.
afters and all that fun stuff. So it was really, really cool. She's great to work with. Really great to work with. The other thing, you know, this crazy, we went to Candente for Tex-Mex on Friday.
Yeah.
The Palomas and the food, amazing. The Palomas are really good. Head over there if you can.
Sounds
Brand new
delicious.
restaurant. So yesterday, like crazy weather, right? Rain.
The wind.
And the wind.
It was like end of the world.
End of the world. So I go outside. Yeah, I mean, I was not go outside. I was about to take a shower last night, and I yelled for Orlando. Orlando, there's something's in our backyard, or something's happened. I heard a big old crash, boom, bang.
Oh no.
Do you know that gust of wind pushed all of our patio furniture off to one side of the patio? Lanterns are tipped over, chairs are tipped over.
I'm
I
not
mean,
surprised.
What in the world?
It will, all of these people with their holiday decorations, like the big blow-ups,
blow-ups down
blowing
the
through
street.
the neighborhoods.
Yes. Like, there goes Santa. There goes the reindeers.
There he goes. Santa's early this year. I mean, things go airborne. Those umbrellas become torpedoes,
Yes,
too. I mean,
we
a
took
big
ours
wind
down.
gust. Yeah, you have to. Even
Yeah.
if you take them down sometimes, the wind can catch it.
We deflated our Santa, too. But I will tell you who was super excited about what was left over from the rain and the wind
Oscar?
yesterday. Oscar, because it shook all the twigs and branches. That's how he walked this morning.
That is so cute.
Can you even believe it?
That's awesome. Good boy.
I mean, that's like a branch.
He held the branch in his mouth the entire way.
It was about 7 minutes. Literally. I mean, he picked it, he would drop it, and then he'd go back and get it and pick it up. But I
You
mean,
can't leave it behind. That's a good one. That's a good find.
It's a
good stick.
Yes. I know.
Good for you, Oscar.
I know. He was
Go for the
very
big one.
excited. A little spring in his little crazy step today.
Well, I hope everyone stayed safe, though, because truly, we were
bizarre.
there. The house was making noises we'd never heard it make. I mean, that wind was just really intense.
I know.
And people were posting pictures and video all over Instagram of, like, leaves, you know, like, destroying their
Yes.
yards and their pools and everything.
It was crazy. I know, power outages and crazy stuff. But listen, get yourself ready for tonight. Because tonight,
Oh, The Voice.
The Voice finale. I mean, Des and John Holiday to perform. They're performing tonight. Houston's own, of course. I mean, it's Richmond, but we're going to claim him as Houston, right?
And
or
tonight
Rosenberg.
they announced the final five,
The
right?
final five.
Ahead of tomorrow's finale.
Yes. Can you even believe? I mean, I feel like this is going by so fast.
End of the season already.
Let me just spoil it for you. They better win. Both of them. They are amazing.
I agree. I'm a huge fan. Huge fan.
I know. So the winner's going to be announced Tuesday during the second part of the finale. Both of them have unbelievable vocal strength, ranges. We need some H-Town love on the national scene again.
And you know what? Once again, we have Houstonians making us proud and showing America, like, what kind of talent comes out of this city. I'm so proud of them.
Tons of it.
Okay, so this morning I saw this story and I thought, wait a minute, this cannot be happening. I actually went back and read the article. You guys have probably heard about this controversy about an op-ed that was written in the Wall Street Journal about Dr. Jill Biden. So apparently this dude, he taught at Northwestern University for 30 years. Not a doctor himself.
Right.
He does not have a doctorate. He has a Bachelor of Arts degree, so he's an educator. But essentially, he called out Dr. Biden and essentially said she should drop the title doctor in her name. He even referred to her as kiddo.
That is where literally the roof blew off.
How condescending is that? And he said, and I quote, her title sounds and feels fraudulent, even comic, because it is a doctorate in education and not a medical doctorate.
Regardless of where you are on this political stage,
Oh,
where
this
you
is not
stand,
political at
no,
all.
but what I'm saying is, how long and many years have we been referring to this educated woman as Dr. Jill Biden?
Who worked very hard, by the way,
Yes.
to earn that title.
So years, only because I'm sure he doesn't agree with the outcome of the election, that he has a problem with this, and
Oh,
that
do you
it's a
think
woman.
that's part of it?
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. But why
maybe.
else are we bringing this up? She's been in the spotlight for how many years?
But also, would this same sort of op-ed be written about a man?
A man.
And this is what I don't understand. The year that has been 2020, COVID aside, right, we have had some very frank and difficult conversations about race, about equality. There are certain groups of people,
Right.
women included, who have the deck stacked against them and who have to work even harder to prove that they are smart enough, they deserve the same paycheck. you know, because women are still underpaid
Right.
compared to men who do the same jobs and make more money.
Right.
So it is just shocking to me that someone would so publicly criticize her title. Again, she worked hard for it. She deserves it. I thought her tweet was so classy and perfect. She said, one day we'll get to the place we hope in the world where we can celebrate the accomplishments of women, not diminish them.
I just don't even understand why it was written. I don't even, what was the point? You know what I'm saying? I don't even understand it. And the kiddo reference.
Listen, kid.
Right.
I know, it's so condescending, and I think it's important. There are times when loved ones will post something on Facebook and they'll sort of offend people without meaning to. And I think that there are so many opportunities to have these conversations, to bridge the gap, to help people understand each other a little bit better. And this just seemed like a blatantly sexist and misogynistic article from top to bottom. I went back and read it because I thought, oh my gosh, what is this all about? It's bizarre. Why was it written in the first place?
Yeah, I can't figure it out either. I mean, it's very mind-boggling.
Well,
bless his heart, is what I have to say.
Bless his heart. Hey, speaking of women and respect, there's something really cool happening right now in Rice Village. It's a pop-up art gallery, and I think we have a little bit of video. They did an opening night back in November, mid-November, but this is Houston's only all-female art gallery. It's called Her Studio, created by Megan Pastor, and it's totally free to attend, open until New Year's Eve, December 31st. And it features work by female artists ages 16 to 65. Check out that piece.
It's so cool.
It almost looks 3D. So the reason this is a big deal and it's very important is because women historically are totally underrepresented, if not virtually invisible, in the art world. Even today, museums are really behind when it comes to featuring works by women. So I think it's really important that, again, along the lines of equality, we're finally having this conversation, and women deserve to be in the spotlight in the art world because there are some absolutely talented women who are overlooked.
Absolutely, and I love this is happening right in Rice Village, but it's free. So if you have, you know, you want to get a little gallery stroll in, right, with your mask and everything. I mean, it's so great. And a lot of these women, are they local? All the artists too?
Some of them, yeah.
Okay.
And I did post a link on my Houston Life Facebook page with a link. Even though it's free, you should schedule a time to go in because of social distancing.
Sure.
But you can learn all about the gallery and how it started on that link.
That is so awesome. Glad you shared it. Thanks so much.
Of course.
Good stuff. Okay, guys, stay with us because after the break, are you becoming your mom or dad? Or both.
Uh-oh.
I've had visions. The viral trend that has Generation Z comparing themselves to their parents.
Oh, that's going to be fun. Plus, we will check in with Joe Sam for some holiday outdoor design tips to make your home sparkle when Houston Life returns in 2 minutes.
Well, welcome back to Houston Life. And now we want to hear from you. There's a new trend going around where people are posting side-by-side photos showing themselves at the same age as their parents.
Clever idea.
Right? Isn't this awesome? I think it's really cool.
Yeah, and I do believe we have some photos we're going to pop up to show you, like this couple with their dog. Check that out. So her parents at 21, and there she is at 21.
That's so cute. And then we've got another one. This is my parents at 24 versus me at 24. So I got the muscle tank, they've got the newborn, you know.
A little different vibe. I mean, so many people are commenting that their parents seemed super classy and way more mature.
Oh,
you know, at younger ages, perhaps starting families a little earlier. That's some good hair right there.
That's a serious mullet on the left.
Megan posts this photo, her parents at 21, and there she is doing a selfie in the field.
Right?
The mullet.
Oh, these are so good. 26. So this is the side-by-side 26. That's their wedding photo. I mean, that is awesome.
It is funny, too, when you're a kid and you see old photos of your parents, 26 probably seemed just
old,
ancient,
right?
Look at these guys at 18 years old.
I know.
As a kid, they would have seemed so super grown up. And now at 18, maybe our priorities are a little bit different.
A little bit different. Oh, boy, look at this. My parents at 22, me at 22.
Okay.
That is so funny.
Okay, well, clearly, I mean, I think trends are showing, though, people are marrying a little later in life,
having
right?
kids a little later.
Yeah, and sort of, you know, charting out their lives differently. I also think that with the whole selfie age and social media, it's going to be interesting to see decades from now if it's still here or just how it influenced this one very specific generation at this time in our lives.
Like a snapshot in time, right?
Yeah, well, we do want to hear from you. If there's anything your parents did that you are now finding yourself doing as well, please let us know. Any photos or videos that you can include as well, please send those along. I think those Progressive car commercials
are the best.
Are the best.
So good. And you've heard, I've said this multiple times on the show that I'm becoming my mom. I am, you know, with people's names. I can never remember anybody's names, and then I blurt out the wrong name, and it's never anything common either. My mom's biggest thing is, you know, she would say like Blanche, and you're like, Mom, her name's Brenda. Where did you get Blanche from? You know?
You do that all the time.
I know.
All the time.
Remember
Courtney
that one
will
time?
be like, where's Mariah? I'm like, who? Carrie? She's singing. Oh, no, not Mariah. I mean, David. I mean, Bob. Like names that are not even related and genders that are not the same. It's very confusing.
One time in here, I thought I was really good in studio, and I was saying, hey, Chris, what's your Instagram handle again?
And he's like... A bartender was here setting up for a segment during commercial break. Courtney's like, Chris, what's your Instagram? And he's like, it's David.
I thought it was really, because normally I don't say anybody's name. It's just terrible. I don't have the recognition.
That's the worst, when you don't remember someone's name.
But
and
then
you're
I
like,
felt confident in the
hey,
moment.
Friend, how are you?
I felt really confident in that moment, and it shot me down.
Man.
Now it's just, hey, girl.
Hey, girl, whether it's a guy or a girl.
It doesn't matter.
That's your phrase. Okay, well, we're going to get to more of those comments, your comments, coming up later on in the show. But now let's go back to Joe hanging out in West U. What you got out there for us, Joe?
Well, we have a lot out here because, you know, as we already know, a lot of people are doing things outdoors now due to the pandemic. So they're going to have a lot of those gatherings for the holiday outdoors as well. So you want your space to look festive and bright. And that's why we're meeting here with Mr. Lanson V. Jones here with Lanson V. Jones and Company. And we already know that this is an award-winning landscape that you do. And you're going to give us some tips to make sure that we feel like we're award winners too, right?
Yes, but before I do, welcome to Houston.
Oh, yeah. You see, everybody knows that I'm a new face here. So we're going to go ahead and get that started. I have to have these plants in my yard, too, because these bring the holidays alive, right?
Yes, so this is cyclamen. And Joe, you just have to be careful. This is for your viewers. Make sure you're careful to not put it in too soon during the season. So now's a great time to put it in, and also stick with your garden style.
And you've done that by incorporating a lot of those white elements to it, because it does feel like the holidays too, but it's a neutral color, so you can use it for both the winter and the spring.
Yes, and not only that, if it isn't alive, it got sprayed white. So we stuck with that theme, and you can see that we have the white, and then it carries on through with the red, and then our watering can, which was repurposed. And then when you look, 50th anniversary swing for my wife and I.
Right. Congratulations on that, too.
Yes, and that's the original swing set that the kids were in before I repurposed it. And then, if you see the scalloped pot, so that has a mixture of white and red.
Wow, really making it feel like Christmas. And like you said, you want to bring in those elements that you already have in your garden. This right here was another color. It was blue, correct?
Yes, it was blue.
And you just changed it out to white.
And just sprayed it.
The spray paint.
Drilled holes in the bottom. And then put a little gravel. And then put the soil in. And then I change it out seasonally.
That's all you have to do. So really simple things that you can do to really bring your space to that holiday quorum that you really want it to be. We're going to be talking about the lighting next and how to actually make that really bright and festive for the holidays. When we come back here, Mr. Lance is going to give us all that information. But for right now, I kind of feel like I'm in Oasis. So we're going to go and relax.
All right, that little watering can, that's a clever little decor trick. Joe, thanks so much. We'll check back in just a little while. All right, shifting gears now. Do you have back pain? Up next, how spine surgery can help improve your quality of life and the symptoms you should not ignore.
And later, Lauren Kelly chats with Clueless star Alicia Silverstone about her new role in the Babysitter Club. That series is on Netflix. Houston Life will be right back.
Welcome back. If you find yourself suffering from back pain on a daily basis, you are not alone. But how do you know if it's just normal aches and pains or something more serious? Joining us now with the answer is neurosurgeon Dr. John Caridi with Memorial Hermann and UT Health. Doctor, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
Let me start with a very obvious question. Why is the spine important, and why is it so critical that we pay attention to it?
So our spine is basically the scaffold off of everything that our entire body is built. All of the nerves that travel from our brain to the rest of our body come through the spine. And it's built off of several independent moving vertebrae or bones, 7 in the neck or the cervical spine, 12 in the thoracic spine, and then 5 in the lumbar spine. And the bones are separated by a disc, which is a gelatinous shock absorber. And then there are 2 joints in the back part of the spine that allow us to be mobile.
So it's a very complex structure there in the body's main support system. So Dr. Caridi, I'm reading here 80% of people will suffer from some form of back pain. So that to me begs the question, how do you know if you are really having some sort of serious issue or if it's just typical aches and pains like most people have?
So you're exactly correct. 80% of people will at some point seek treatment from a medical professional regarding either back pain or neck pain. And it's the second most common reason for visits to the emergency department. So if you're completely debilitated and you're unable to basically move because of your back pain, that's definitely a reason to seek treatment. If you have severe numbness in your leg or in your arm, you're having trouble moving your foot or moving your hand, that's a reason to seek treatment. And particularly if you start to have difficulty controlling your bowel and bladder, that is also an emergency that needs to be addressed. So those are reasons that we really encourage people to not wait and to come and see us as soon as possible.
It is so interesting how issues with the spine can affect other systems or parts of the body. Let's talk about spine surgery. I mean, a lot of people don't like this word surgery, but having spine surgery, if needed, can really change someone's life.
Absolutely. So when MRI first was introduced, there were a lot of abnormalities that were found that couldn't necessarily be explained, and that led to a lot of unnecessary surgery, and that's how spine surgery really got a bad name. Over the past 20 years, we've learned a lot, unfortunately, from a lot of mistakes, and we have been able to really hone down what surgical indications are. And surgery is always the last resort. The vast majority of the time, essentially 98% of the time, people get better with just non-operative treatments such as physical therapy, epidural steroid injections, or just time, and generally don't need surgery. But those people who do need surgery benefit greatly in the long run.
And Dr. Caridi, we're tight on time. In just a few seconds, can you tell us about some of the spine treatment options at Memorial Hermann?
So in the neurosurgery department, we have a comprehensive spine center where you can be seen by both pain management and neurosurgery. And we work together in a collaborative environment such that we can tailor the treatment to each patient. And some of the things that you're showing up on the screen are certain things that we offer, such as epidural injections, radiofrequency ablation, and other more complex treatments that are really tailored to each patient and our specialty.
Well, Dr. Caridi, we've got to leave it there. I know, as you said, we had some big words up there on the screen, but the takeaway here is if you are living with constant back pain, there is help out there. Dr. Caridi, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
And for more information, you can go online to memorialherman.org/spine. Now let's send it on over to Courtney.
Okay, Derek, thanks so much. Coming up, how you can help the Houston community in style, y'all. Find out how to score this fashion statement just in time for the holidays. And we're going to get a check-in with Keith, Christine, and Frank for what they have coming up for the news at 4. Houston Life is back in 2 minutes. Well, welcome back to the show. I'm Courtney Savala.
And I'm Derek Shore. The time is now 3:30 on the dot, and it's also time to hear from you.
You know, earlier we asked you, what is something your parents did that you now find yourself doing as well, like basically caught yourself doing? Let's start with Naomi. This is quite good. Using coupons. I used to hate coupons, and now I use them. Sorry, I was impatient and called you cheap, Mom.
Oh.
That's a good post, Naomi.
Coupons are great. Save money. Why not? Abby writes in, telling my little crumb catchers to keep their hands off the thermostat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't touch the thermostat. I hear you, Abby. And Denise writes in saying, wait till you have kids of your own. I know.
You know what's funny? So my mom and I had this conversation years ago when my grandmother was still with us. And she said, okay, if I ever start acting like my own mother. You know, they loved each other, right?
Right.
But you know, when she found herself doing things that her mom always did, she was like, you gotta tell me if I start turning out like grandma. So I remember one day saying, Mom, you know, that sounds awfully like something grandma would have done. And she was like, how dare you?
How dare you
so
say
offended.
that? I know. Be careful what you wish for, right?
I know, but I take it as a compliment. I'm so much like my mom. I love it.
I am so much like my mom, you know, and I apologize to her daily for the years between 13 and 21. Mom, I love you so much. You're always right.
And I apologize for the ages between 13 and 39.
Yeah. All right, let's check in with Keith, Christine, and Frank for a look at what they have coming up in less than 30 minutes. Hey, guys.
Hey there. Yeah, I think we probably owe our parents a little bit of an apology.
A little bit.
Yeah.
You and I'm sorry would go a long way, probably.
I mean, they say the first 40 years of childhood are the hardest.
Really?
So I'm still getting there.
Yes. Well, luckily, moms are sweet and warm. It's not warm outside. As a matter of fact, it's beautiful outside compared to this weekend, especially. But Frank, it is cold.
How many times did our parents say, "Grab a jacket before you leave the house"? And we didn't do it. I don't need a jacket. I'm fine. You know. And then you get out and you're like, "Where's my jacket?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope you found one.
You live and learn.
It's tough out there. It's going to continue to be on the cold side. You know, we say it's the heat and then the humidity, and then it's the cold and the wind. Wind last night was at 40 miles an hour. It's at least calmed down. But it's chilly, 48, 51 in Sugar Land, 48 in Galveston right now. It's going to continue to be chilly as we head to this evening, right there in the mid-40s at 7 p.m. So at least the wind is on the light side. That's a help. Lows overnight are going to wind up in the 30s, in the low 30s. Conroe, Livingston, 39 Tomball. Look for 40 at Bush, 44 downtown. And it's going to be a chilly week all the way across. The clouds at least have begun to clear a little bit. That may be good news if you're going to try to see the GEMINID meteor shower. I mean, it peaked last night, but of course, nobody went to watch it last night. But tonight, you may see a little bit, 50 to 150 meteors per hour. I'd look for the low side, at least tonight. But there's no moon out there to hamper viewing. And with the clearing skies, it should be a nice night for that. It's not going to last long. I have another storm system that's coming our way. I think by the time it gets here, we'll see light rain, but we do need to keep the umbrellas handy. It's going to be a cold evening and a cold night. There's that umbrella weather, and then a chilly week ahead. Talk all about it at 4. Keith?
Okay, thank you, Frank. Also coming up at 4, the Pfizer coronavirus vaccine begins arriving in Houston. Channel 2 Health reporter Haley Hernandez is tracking all the new developments, including which hospitals already have it, when others will be receiving their shipment, and when healthcare workers will begin getting the vaccine.
Also coming up at 4 o'clock, you might remember in the past few weeks, the city of Houston said that it would go door to door asking residents to voluntarily submit blood samples to determine which Houstonians have COVID-19 antibodies. Well, today we are getting the initial results of that survey and what exactly it means.
Plus, a 93-year-old handyman helping out his community. We will show you what he's doing and how it's benefiting the food pantry near his neighborhood. Great story there.
Yes, all that's coming up at 4 o'clock, you guys.
I'll need the good feel-goods on Monday for sure.
All right, guys, we'll see you at 4.
Well, even though this holiday season looks and feels a lot different than past years, one thing hasn't changed: a need to give back to the community.
Yeah, the pandemic has hit many families so hard this year, but luckily the giving spirit is alive and well. Local fashion designer Chloe Dow shares how she's using her gifts to help those in need.
My family and I came to Houston in 1979. So I actually went to Aldine Junior High, and it was the most diverse, most open culture. I mean, I actually saw a girl that was Asian that was a cheerleader, and she inspired me to be one. You know, I think when you grow up in an environment where you see that any possibility, it's available to anyone, doesn't matter where you come from. Anybody could be anything that they want as long as they aim for it and work for it. I was super proud after the election how the city dealt with the difference. So I just wanted to do something to reflect our diversity and our shared humanity, really. This city, at the end of the day, we care about each other. So I really wanted to do something to reflect how proud I was of the city and our diversity, and that's why I did the t-shirt. I just wanted to do something to reflect Houston and Houston in Texas, because I think one thing, Texas is a lot more diverse than people think, and Houston is super diverse. So we went through all the ethnicity. We tried to make sure everybody's covered. It took a lot of design editing and input between the staff and everyone, because I honestly was not going to do 28 different people, but we ended up doing 28 different presentations so everyone could be included. But when we were about to produce it, I realized the need for her, you know, that we really needed to help our community. And I, you know, got in the mail, helped support the Houston Food Bank, and I just thought, okay, this is perfect. It came in when I needed to, hey, give something back to the community. So 10% of the sale goes to the Houston Food Bank. And what's great is $10 actually helps serve 30 people. We're doing it for the whole month of December. And I think, you know, at the end of the day, I might even continue throughout the year depending what the need is. I think my biggest takeaway is to be grateful for what you have, but also if you can share your skill or give something back to your community, you should. I think that's the biggest thing. Be grateful, but also give back if you can.
Even more reasons to love Chloe Dow.
I know, and I love her. She's super talented and never forgets where she basically grew up and always remembers that, I mean, she lives here, of course, but loves her community.
And I think what she said about Houston is so true, as we've seen some really ugly images on the news this year of cities and the way they've dealt with unrest. Houstonians, I think, have been pretty peaceful about talking out their differences. I hope it can stay that way.
Locking arms together and standing for a cause.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Fantastic. And if you want to get your hands on one of those stylish tees, we do have a link for you to purchase on our website at HoustonLife.tv.
And still to come on Houston Life, preparing your home for the holidays doesn't mean having to be overwhelmed, rather. We're going to share helpful tips to get your house holiday ready.
And after the break, Lauren Kelly chats with actress Alicia Silverstone about what she thinks her character Cher from Clueless would be up to today. All of that and more when Houston Life returns. Well, welcome back to Houston Life. Alicia Silverstone can currently be seen in the Netflix series The Babysitter's Club, but for many of us, we will always remember her as Cher Horowitz from Clueless, right? Lauren Kelly had the opportunity to catch up with the actress and New York Times best-selling author about her career, her health company, and what her iconic character Cher might be up to today.
Welcome to Houston Live! Thank you. Oh, we have a special visitor who wants to join in our call as well. I welcome all of our fur babies. Yeah, he's so okay, but you guys calm down now and sit down. So cute. Probably so used to these things by now. But Alicia, I know everybody wants to catch up with you and just kind of see what you've been doing over the last couple of months.
Many different things. I just finished a film in Florida that I was so excited about. I'm so excited about, called The Requiem, and I'm about to start another film. I haven't even been home for 2 weeks. It's been a week and a few days, and I'm going to go shoot another film in Montana, and then we start Babysitter's Club 2 in February. Bear and I will go there for 4 weeks together, and another dog. Everybody's moving. And I have a movie coming out in 2 weeks called Sister of the Groom.
All these projects, have they had to have been altered for kind of, you know, safety and COVID protocols, like a mask situation?
Sister of the Groom is coming out now, so we made that a long time ago. And but there are different protocols in place for what's happening now that you just manage through.
Yeah.
And but I'm also really excited because, you know, I've had this vitamin line for 7 years that I created with Garden of Life. You know, we have gummies, we have sprays, we have all kinds of things. And the reason I made it was because I couldn't find anything clean to take.
Now, Alicia, if we take some of these gummies, I need you to tell me that my hair will look like your hair after all these years. You still have the best, beautiful hair.
Your hair will look like my hair if you follow the KIND diet and take my My Kind Organics collagen boosting.
Since we're talking about your beautiful hair that you've had for so long, we can't not mention the 25th anniversary of Clueless. What do you think would be Cher Horowitz's favorite social media platform?
I mean, I think Instagram, right?
Right.
Like, that makes sense to me.
She'd be the total selfie queen.
I don't know. It depends on if you catch Cher before or after Josh, right? And if it's before Josh and her connect deeply, definitely selfies all the time.
For sure.
But if it's after Josh, maybe he calms her down. Maybe she puts the phone down a little.
Is it weird when you see yourself as a Halloween costume every year?
I don't know. No, none of it's weird because it's always been this way. I actually put on my Instagram we made a video of all the different, I think it's still up there so you can look at it, all the best of the best that came in from people doing Cher and Dion. They usually do Cher and Dion.
Right.
And it's so fun. So many men dress up as Cher, which is hilarious. I love it. And children, babies dressed as Cher. It's all very cute.
Alicia Silverstone, thank you so much for taking the time. We know you're still such a busy lady, and we wish you the best in the new year and happy holidays. Give your son Bear a big ol' hug from us here at Houston Life, and we'd love to have you in studio one day when things are safe to go.
Thank you.
She looks great and doesn't age. She looks wonderful.
Exactly the same as she did 25 years ago. Makes sense that she would have like a vitamin line.
Right.
I'll take those vitamins.
I know. I'll take whatever she's having.
I'll have what she's having.
Okay, well, with Hanukkah in full swing and Christmas Eve just 10 days away,
What?
you might be, I know. Did I just put you in a
Christmas Eve is
tailspin?
10 days away?
10 days away.
Sorry to interrupt. Continue.
No, I'll continue. I know. Get yourself right. Put your, clutch your pearls. You might be putting your last-minute touches on your holiday decor, or you're just in full panic mode.
Yeah, like some of us. If you have not started decorating at all, it is never too late to start. Do not panic. You're not alone. Home improvement and lifestyle expert Catherine Emery, one of our favorites. There she is. Oh, my goodness.
Hi, you guys.
Ever. You look fantastic.
You know what? The sun just started coming in on my disco balls. So if it's like a party in here, it's because I'm on the best show with the best host.
Oh, my
you know how it goes.
Stop
we
it.
love you. You look amazing, girlfriend.
You look like one of the models waiting for our fashion segment we have coming up later, but you're actually here to help us avoid a messy cleanup and save some time. Tell us what you got.
Yes, I am. Okay, so let's start. So, by the way, Derek, I cannot believe you have not started decorating. So this is going to be easy for you. You're going to love my last item. But, okay, so let's start with the hanging things on the walls, right? Okay, my kid, and also hanging lights, how do you do it? Do you do it with a nail? Like, do you keep the nail up? Forget about all that. So 3M has the Command Clear decorating clips. You can put up, you can anchor wires, you can anchor wreaths, you can put anything you want up there without damaging your wall. It's a clear plastic, so it blends in, which I love. And then when you want to remove or rearrange it, you simply pull the adhesive off and it removes it cleanly. I mean, 3M, I've been using 3M for years. Here, I'm going to pull this one off my wall here. So I hung up this little candy cane to show you guys, but do you see how easy that came off? Because heaven forbid my husband would not let me leave a candy cane there all year long, right?
We've been using them for years as well, Catherine. And in fact, the stockings are hung by the chimney with 3M here in our studio.
You're so perfect with that statement, even though you haven't done it yet, but we'll get there, right? So are you good? Are you guys going to buy a tree? Or if you haven't bought your tree yet, I have some tips. Do you know about the freshness test?
No.
Okay, so go and grab any branch. Actually, I could just grab a branch on here, but I grabbed this. You should be able to fold your branch into a little knot like that without it breaking.
Okay.
If you're at the tree lot and it doesn't do that, don't buy it.
Oh.
Ooh,
So
good tip.
once you do, see there, I'm doing it there as well. So it's just as simple as that. And a lot of the trees, like at Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever, they're coming from farms like in Oregon. It depends on the type of tree. But, you know, and then there's all these people that say, oh, put it in 7-Up, put it in this. No, just make them do a fresh cut, get it in raw water right away, and keep water in it all for the whole season, obviously. And then if you have heating devices like a heater, just close that vent right by the tree and it'll last. So this one's been up, and as you can see, it's in really good shape.
Absolutely.
So it's not too late for you, Derek. And Courtney, I'm sure you probably, well, you celebrate Hanukkah, you said earlier.
No, I don't.
Right?
But we get fake trees just because Oscar will eat the real tree. I'm pretty sure. So we just try to, you know, the house is Oscar proof.
Exactly. My cat did climb this tree and it was down, but that's a whole nother segment.
Oh, no.
Right?
Well, I know a lot of people are getting the fresh trees this year, so that's a great tip. How about lighting? We got about a minute left, Catherine.
Okay, perfect. So this is, you guys know I geek out on the lighting. So Sylvania has this Smart Plus full color LED bulb that has a million different colors. So why not use it? You can use it to accent a wall. You can use it when you're watching a movie. Why not have it help with holiday decorating? See, there I have it red in my house. There's over 1 million colors to choose from. So it's so amazing. I love too, you can connect it to Alexa or Google Home and control it with your voice. And when you're done with the holidays, so here, we'll put a little blue here for Hanukkah, since we mentioned Hanukkah, and then the red here. So, but the nice thing is that when you're done with the holidays, it does go between those various whites. So, you know, that really like bright, invigorating daylight for tasks, or that cool, soft yellow for like warm, relaxing. So why not use your light bulbs to have you help decorate with the holidays?
One-stop shopping for sure.
That kind of festive fun, right?
I love it. And lighting sets the mood. Catherine Emery, it's always great to see you. Always have the best ideas, and you look fabulous, girlfriend.
Oh, thank you. Happy holidays, you guys.
Same to you.
We miss you.
We'll see you soon.
Miss you.
As always, for a list of the featured products, just check out our website at HoustonLife.tv.
And we will be right back.
Welcome back here to Houston Life. We are in this incredible backyard space in Westview, getting ready for the holiday season, and the man who made this all happen, Mr. Lansing here, you have to get back into the lighting of it all, because that's what makes it feel just like the holidays, and you have some incredible tips that you can give us to make sure our houses are looking like the same.
Joe, it's great you said that. Just like in the first segment when we talked about the beautiful red and the white accent, but always sticking with the style of the garden, which was white and clean.
Right, right.
So in that same idea, you do it with the draped lights in one area that's a certain color, which is white, and then you come over here to our red lights in a more structured use, and you notice that you have the trunks of 3, and it's very structured and formal. Mm-hmm. And then you go to even small accents of white that have the light in the middle, which you can't see on this, and also bringing in the idea of the fountains, right? And the sound and the light and the colors, and it all works together.
Really makes it feel like an oasis,
holiday
right?
accent.
Yes, a holiday accent. I love it. And this is something that's cool, because we just finished looking at night video of how this really looks whenever it comes to life at night. You did an incredible job here.
Oh, thank
and we're
you.
going to have all of those tips for people too. These are really simple tips that anyone can do in their backyard space to make it feel like the holidays.
Yes,
awesome.
Easy.
Awesome. And if you guys don't have a green thumb like myself, then of course you can come and talk to Mr. Lansing here to help you out with your backyard spaces for the holidays too, for your friends and family to enjoy a socially distanced, safe outdoor holiday gathering. For right now, we're going to send things back to you guys, and we're going to continue to enjoy our holiday oasis in this beautiful backyard space.
Loved it, Joe.
All right, Joe, thanks so much. After the break, a look at what's coming up on tomorrow's show, including something involving snow.
Snow in Houston? Say it ain't so. As we hit a break, let's check in with Kevin Frazier for a look at what's coming up on Entertainment Tonight. Hi, Kevin.
Courtney and Derek tonight on ET. New allegations against actor Shia LaBeouf. Plus, our exclusive with Wonder Woman 1984 star Chris Pine. Make sure you join us for the big show. It's all tonight at 6:30 right here on KPRC2. Now stay tuned, because Houston Life will be right back.
All right, guys, coming up on tomorrow's show, we might not have snow in Texas, but did you know you can create it in the comfort of your own home? We're going to share seasonal science experiments to keep your kids busy during the holiday break.
I think that looks fun for adults as well. Plus, at-home bartending 101, we will share festive holiday cocktails you can make to help keep spirits bright. Sounds like a plan to me, Courtney.
Oh, listen, these two, they know a thing or two about shaking a cocktail.
The cocktail
with Rika,
vodka.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
right.
Well, thanks for joining us today on this Monday.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, we're going to hand it off to Keith and Christine in Studio A. Hi, guys.
Hi, I want to learn how to make those snowballs, too. That looks
so
like
fun.
I know,
Tune
without
in
a
tomorrow
doubt.
at 3.
Great to see you guys. Thanks so much.